Greetings everyone, please give a moment, make sure everything's set on up. Switch open. Use for you. There it is. Scatterbrain today. YouTube good to go. Here's big Rumble is going. So it looks like everything's going. I'm gonna double check my other computer. And it looks like everything's going good. So let's go and get started. Of course, I got some good good number of replays. Let's find out if they're good replays. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on top right side as the blue Spanish with Lucas Aurelius. Spawn on south side as the red Swedes. We have E.T. Platinum. Or Platinum. Perhaps. I don't know. Either way, do got a torp going on up. Not big surprise. When it comes to natives of the map, there are none. So, just the native fauna, such as the native beaver population or muskrats. Those looks clearly like beavers to me, not muskrats. Honestly, and more muskrats there. And of course got the local doggo. He just needs a head pat. You don't have to shoot him. Don't work for the ATF. Speaking of doggo, we do have Dorado the doggo and his father, the master, Domingo de Concardo. And for the Swedish player, we got Adolf Nordenskjold. I wonder if that's actually randomly generated. The name Adolf has definitely became taboo over the years, for obvious reasons, so that may not be a randomly generated name, but could be. Either way, we do have a deck selected. Wait, Spanish Revolt. How revolting. We do got villagers, town militia, capitalism, settlers, wood coin, rodeados, hand cavalry hit points, frontier defense, road decree to claim the new world, wood rodeados, hussars, more hussars, cavalry combat, lancers, more lancers, falconets, advanced frontier defenses, upgrades outposts and blockhouses, frontier status, and those will ship 3 of them. Culverins, heavy cannon, and factory. So this is a revolt deck. Will he try to rush out a revolt in Imperial? Or not Imperial, in Industrial? The Swedish player does have deck name 1v1. We got blueberries, settlers, wood coin, not settlers, hussars, hand combat hit points, or hand hit points, Team House Bertonet, Juliet Sigibert? I'm not familiar with this one. Oh, that's just a leather cannon Tilly Foundry. I just don't recognize the name for it. Eisenberg Ironworks, Dominions, Infinite Whittlebach Allies, 7 Mountain Troopers, Infinite Blackberries, Platoon Fire, Light Gun Cartridges, Falconets, Case Shot, Snaplock, Royal Mint, Refrigeration, Contract Hessian Jaegers, and also names can be hired from military buildings. Factory, German mercenary contract, bronze Sedith reforms, leather cannons, heavy cannons, falconets take up to 1 less population slot. Not bad. Heavy light cannon, or not light cannon. Leather cannon looks like appear to have 3 population. That puts them on 2. That's not bad. receive a lifeguard. Here's how that will play out, assuming this one does actually research it. We do now have the naturalist being researched, and over here we got the governor. Market going up. We've only got 2 torps in the field. He could try sniping some of the moose here to have them auto collected by the torps. I'm half tempted to say meese because that makes it sound funny. In actuality, we do got a caribou carcass there, and actually multiple caribou carcasses are on the ground, which does have a bit of extra spoilage there. And looks like there's also a dead moose as well, so he has been killing them, but you can only get one of the huntables at a time. And looks like maybe both of them are trying to seize this caribou deer. This may be out of range. I really don't know the radius of the torps. Either way, we got another torp. And the Spanish player is going for hunting doggos, more villagers. Does have 2 shipments available. As looks like both capitalism and settlers deployed on the field. Probably a good idea to go for more settlers. He could probably maybe eye for some frontier defenses. I think he's going to go aggressively defensive. That makes any sort of sense. Swedish player does not go for blueberries just yet. Blueberries, the more I've been looking at it, the more I've been changing my mind when it comes to blueberries. Blueberries, it says blueberries have increased food, but also, and blueberries are gathered much more faster, but blueberries does not combo with blackberries. And so you can get quite a... Oh, 1 cow. Did the age up get him a cow? Oh, cow's down. You monster. I let him fatten up a little bit. Whoa, look at the livestock. Adds a large amount of food, doesn't it? That cow will be seized pretty quickly. And looks like it does get stacked separately from the caribou. So keep that in mind. Livestock gets seized up by torps pretty quickly. I did not know that. And again, most people don't necessarily go for livestock whatsoever. And now some Carolyn not being flown on the field. The Spanish should try countering the Carolyn with some crossbows, in my opinion. He does get the free outpost from the age up. He could perhaps go for another pair of outposts as well. Instrument available, going for the coin. He has quite a bit of coin stored up. He's going straight for fast industrial at the current rate. And look at that here. He has no coin shipment, but a food shipment. Yeah, he has this mapped out where he gathers up coin to age up, and then he ages up using a food crate, I'm guessing. Additionally, he does not have the Spanish gold shipment as well, which is usually pretty much a staple for for the Spanish decks. It's a pretty good card, honestly. But he has his fast industrial mapped out, I believe. See, it's just labeled Revolt, not necessarily like a Revolt Rush. We do now have a couple torps being pulled out there. The Carolines will be sitting, aiding the Explorer and claim the Doggo's wood. That's just filled with their stick collection. You monster. Tin mines also do not last very long, so this map is actually not too particularly good for torps, at least from coin collection, since tin mines do have a smaller stockpile. And I don't see silver nor gold on the map. Looks like Reg is going to be claiming some treasures. Age 3, the Scout, which means he'll get a fast-moving, talking Boston guy with a shotgun. And he uses a holy mackerel as a melee weapon. We do not get the Eisenberg Ironworks there, which will improve the coin collection from the torps, which will make that these coin mines will not last very long. He may, if he's going to send any villagers to go out mining, he may want to eye for somewhat more into the map. Oh, looks like blue. He does have Buck, the tame wolf, to assist Dorado. Maybe get some crossbreed, some wolf dogs. And does have a sizable number of Carolines on the field, as well as a handful of crossbows. He could be aggressive with that, which would be very effective. He's not going for the advanced frontier defenses. So it looks like the Spanish player is going to dig in a little bit because he knows he's a little bit vulnerable right now. He's not claiming any wood to age up. or not age up, to defend himself, but he's very close to going to industrial. Once he gets, yeah, he can go for industrial now. Once he gets that going, then he collects some wood to get some housing space. Or maybe collect up resources to revolt. He does have a handful of hussars. That's probably from a shipment. Wait, did he get for the ×4 shot? No stable field, so he went for the 4 hussar shipment rather than the 5 hussar shipment? That seems weird to me. He does spot this torp there. Torching the torps may be a good idea. Going for a shipment of wood. He may be using that for the revolt. Yep, I do believe he has his deck laid out to a T for a fast industrial revolt. I'm not sure what the cavalry marshal will get out. I'm guessing around a hussars or maybe lancers. There's blueberries now deployed on the field, which will give quite a bit of food collection here. Carolines do have bones against heavy cav at range rather than melee. It does take out hussar there, so cavalry or heavy cav will be not as effective. The lancers will be generally good if managed to get close the gap. More Carolines not being deployed on the field. The Swede is still H2. He's not getting close to H3. Once his opponents are age up, he realized he should attack because he knows his opponent will have a very negligible army, but got a good number of outposts here. 3 or 4 frontier outposts is quite good. Don't know if this force can overcome that. And the Spanish player does have access to town militia maybe in the future. And he has aged up. He did get a number of lancers afield. He has a decent defense force. If his opponent does attack, he may want to let him push into the base in order to... He had the outpost. And now here comes the villagers. He's revolting to the Chileans. Which I guess it turns out these guys are revolutionaries. Or something at least. Yep, they're now revolutionaries. And here's the Chilean deck. It does give him access to a bunch of ship stuff, which is all worthless. Advanced trading posts could be useful. Going for a shipment of 16 revolutionaries, which is quite significant. Fish stuff not important. All infantry and cavalry move and train faster. That's the Mexican card. Salteria. Trading posts generate half a coin per second. Enables citizens, the Dutch gold base settler at town centers. Fishing fleet worthless. Of course, got 4 Gatling guns, revolutionaries, Machuta Bolus riders, which are, I think, a native unit since they take no population, and infinite forts. He's using the Gierpauda revolutionaries. He's starting to charge number 4. Has a good number of revolutionaries here. The Chilean player does have 66 population. This one has 90, 30 of which are villagers, so their army size are quite similar. Revolutionaries are basically unupgraded. Musketeers got another round of Carolines deployed on the field. They do have increased attack speed at the moment as well. Lancers and hussars gain some good damage. These are hussars of death as well, so there are super hussars. Good number of revolutionaries still here. Carolines sort of get whittled down. He's bringing in a good number of Carolines. There's a round of revolutionaries. They have those 16 revolutionaries per shipment. That's a pretty good number. Bringing another more round of revolutionaries. Only if he had some sort of proxy barracks or proxy outposts or faster shipment time. Revolutionaries do have 20 siege damage, so same siege damage as these Carolines. The Carolines are still H2. The Swedish player is still H2, so the revolutionaries and the Carolines are relatively equal. Revolutionaries do have higher damage, while the Carolines have higher DPS with a faster attack speed. So maybe it's relatively equal. Both have melee resist, 200 health versus dead health, pretty much. Carolines do have less health and lower range resist, or melee resist, but the melee resist is not really important. Crossbows are a good idea at the moment. He's now bringing some Gatling guns. He does have town center to worry about. And does take out whatever wagon that was. That must be the artillery foundry. Now we've got the leather cannon firing way, does ×3 damage versus infantry, so it does 120 damage per shot. Revolutionaries have more than 120 health. More leather cannon not being deployed on the field. Leather cannon will be good. They cost food and wood. Wood is the resource that trains or collects the slowest. More revolutionaries being brought in. Now we've got a round of hussars, which are not a good idea versus revolutionaries. They're musketeer variant, but that's all he can get. The Württemberg allies will give him some mounted troopers, which are a skirmisher. He needs to go for these guys. Cancel hussars, collect his, wait for the coin to be brought in for the Württemberg allies, and go for a round of leather cannons. Since these guys do not cost up a coin. You know he's locked away in his town center with only 10 out of his 32 villagers, so he has still a decent amount of villagers clicking up as well as corpse. His opponent only has a gold triple from capitalism. More Carolins over here. There's the hussars. I don't believe hussars are a good idea, like I mentioned. Oh, but he will actually potentially intercept the hussars. He needs to keep these Gatling guns alive. Hussars have to focus on these Gatling guns. These are powerful weapons, which he needs to take out. He does take out both. He does only take out one Gatling gun. They do only 25% less damage versus structures, which is still pretty good siege damage. The town center does do less damage versus artillery, but 45 damage per shot still not bad. But of course, these guys do have good range resist. Leather cannons counter barraging. Leather cannons don't do bonus damage to artillery, but they don't do less damage. And all the leather cannons do, or Gatling guns, one of them still remains. Gatling guns do siege damage, not range damage, so they will do full damage versus leather cannons. Carolins now engaging melee. They have 20 DPS, or 20 damage per strike, is better than revolutionaries, so boarding them into melee is not bad in between shots. Looks like those revolutionaries do go down. More revolutionaries being put on the field. I don't know what he should go for. He's just going full revolutionary. The Polish Rider are a native unit. I don't know if they're light or heavy. If they're light cavalry, they could be decent versus the Carolins. He may want to eye for another trade post. His explorer is down right here. He still has to rely on shipments. Maybe he should have eyed getting a bit more wood to get more trade posts. Revolutionaries trying to hit the leather cannon. He has to focus on these leather cannons. Does hit the leather cannon there, but the Carolins are coming out in good numbers. I think the Swedish player will help. The Spanish player did not get enough on the field. And these Torpedo have actually not a whole lot of coin left, but and looks like the Spanish player does back the game now. It's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Not sure how the Chilean player, not sure how you pull out a win. The Swedish player did a good job of defense. With a long load screen. Did my game crash? I think my game may have crashed. Oh, never mind. Yep, looks like French versus Japanese based on all the name. Yes, it is. And okay, but good, it's not going around like crazy. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the left side as the blue Japanese is I am not bad, just no good. So on the right side as the red French, we have Crispy Butt PhD. Some of the local kitty cats going down. He will steal the cat's plums. Wait, aren't plums like poisonous to cats? No, I think it's to dogs where they eat one, it will like expand their stomach. Be careful where you feed your dogs. Trading post going on up for the French. And it's actually a surprising lack of treasures right there. Trade post is not being employed in the field. And oh, we got actually a funny name here. My pants are too tight. And that is, of course, not the standard explorer skin. The Japanese player may want to steal the tiger's wood. Maybe not. We do have the Orchard Rickshaw providing some decent scouting. And do we see a deck? Oh, we do actually see a deck. My shit. We got villagers, coin, heavenly kami, villagers, missionaries, Yumi. Oh wait, missionaries. Unique Spanish healer with a speedy mount. Doesn't cost population. I was not expecting that card. Yumi Archer attack. Wait, did they change that? I think they changed this icon, didn't it, with the recent patch? Samurai attack. Yeah, it looks like they gave them unique icons. Because I remember beforehand it was like more standard. Oni Warrior, Native Alliance. These are our crew, or however you pronounce that. Since four Shrine Rickshaws improve gathering rates. Oh yeah. I think they changed a number of the icons. Either way, Diplomatic Intrigue. Stream of Enlightenment enables enemy units nearby Japanese monks to have less attack. Way of the Bow, Close Combat, Naginata Rider hit points. Yasu, the Mounted Archer attack. Rush, Native Warrior attack. Wait, Japanese get a Native Warrior card? Huh. Gufu, Royal Mint, Textiles, Yumi Archers, Veteran Battery, and Mortar Range. And we got Dave. We got Couriers. Dave composed of Couriers, Team French Auxiliary Combat. Native Warriors get increased health and damage, which could be useful for Conquistadors. Town Militia, Pioneers. Oh, you monster. Extra hit point villagers on the French villagers. Oh boy. Warriors, Coin, Native Warrior Combat, Wilderness Warfare, Edicts of Nanit, Theaters. Upgrades to add them to theaters, which have Ronin and Outlaw units costless population. Huron allies, Wood Coin, Falconets, Native Warriors, Fort, Royal Mint, Refrigeration, Swiss Pikemen, Armored Pistoliers, Higher German Black Riders, Blood Brothers, Factory, and Infinite Huron allies, which will get the Huron Mantlets, which is the Iroquois Siege Mantlet variant. Well, both player has native decks. This could be interesting. We've got the Quartermaster versus the Tushugo Shrine, which is a ×2 shrine. And since both players have native cards, let's take a look at the Jesuits. Jesuits gave you access to the Conquistador, a fan favorite from Age 2. It is a light cavalry that has 1 AoE, and overall they're pretty good unit, I would say. It makes it in almost any army. They also gave you access to Flying Buttress. Buildings have plus 20% hit points, which is not important. Smokeless Power, giving all gunpowder weapon damage, including artillery, and land finish build time. The Smokeless Power could be useful for long go for the Conquistadors. The Japanese player have more of a Yumi Archer deck, so that will not affect them. While the French have a native deck, which of course will affect the Conquistadors, will not should not affect the Huron allies. It says artillery, right? These are classified as siege units, not artillery, so it should not affect them. Shouldn't. I never know if it may. This is gonna be killing the kitty cats to steal their wood. Of course, we got villagers being blown in the field, silver servants, blah. Will red actually steal that? Nope, blue will claim what was his. Rightfully his. Red's starting to fall back there. There's still one treasure on the map. It is, of course, protected by some lemurs, or lion-tailed arcades. Some stupid monkeys. And the monkeys are protecting some coin. They definitely pickpocketed that, that's for sure. You now have the Heavenly Kami research there, getting more shrine collection rate. The French eyeing for quite a bit of coin there. Nobody's claimed the Jesuits just yet. The French or the Japanese player will be claiming the deer. More of the deer being claimed here. We've got a decent deer deposit for either side of claim. The French explorers is eyeing up those monkeys. Monkey down. The monkeys do offer 6 melee damage, but simply won't be enough versus the Frenchmen. Looks like more deer being claimed. And now he is going for Wilderness Warfare, which will increase the native warrior hit points, skirmisher hit point, as well as settler hit points. So his villagers are going to be very, very durable. Yep, he does not have he may not actually have the great coat for research. He does. By the way, his villagers will basically nearly be bulletproof. He'll probably be up to what, 400 health with 40% range resist. Yep, pretty much 400 health. You have this trade post now being claimed. Japanese players going for more villagers. Does have a small round of Portuguese crossbows. Now we do have the bishop. The bishop will allow the Frenchman to move diagonally a little bit better. Problem is, his opponent's space is directly to the left, not diagonally. Okay, just a little bit of friendly banter or taunt. Oh god. Japanese players started to age up. And now do have his Fortress Age is available. Oh, why did it take so long to get the card deck built? The Shogunate now being researched will give him 1 daimyo and 300 experience, which will help him away on the next shipment, but nothing too significant, honestly. Both players are just eyeing for some eco phase. Let's go and fast forward a little bit. And now we do have the theater, so he's going to go for native outlaws. Edicts, the Wilderness Warfare does not improve outlaws or mercenaries. And looks like Blue will be claiming the trade posts now. The French is eyeing for a round of Ronin, which are mercenary. Honestly, can't say what the stats of the Ronin are on top of my head. I rarely ever see people build them. I rarely ever see people make usage of the tavern, let alone something there. The tavern does also have a bit of a coin trickle, so honestly for 200 wood for a tiny coin trickle, it's not bad, honestly. We do have now a French town center here, going for a shipment of falconets along with the Ronin. And the Japanese player right now is eyeing the way of the bow, increasing Yumi Archer's health and range. And wait, he's going fast industrial, going with the Golden Pavilion, which will give him 10 Yumi Archers and give him a configurable bonus. Make sure you have that on a hotkey so you can switch around as needed. Let's see. Ronin, they do have a staggering 120 siege damage. Granted, they are a 4-pop unit that costs 400 gold or coin. They do also have a good AoE attack. They're just basically souped up samurai. And this force here should make short work of the trading post. The Japanese player is not playing Jesuits at the moment, going for a round of musketeers, going for veteran musketeers as well. We do have those to point them out from the daimyo. Has a good number of crossbows, of Portuguese crossbows. Wasn't expecting them. They appear not to be. I don't think they're affected by the way the bow. 16 range seems normal. And they do have a bit of extra health, but I don't think that's related to the way the bow either. Unless the way the bow is actually said, actually how it works is it gives plus 15% health hit points to Archaic Archer. Which these guys looks like they're not classified as that. Falconets are getting some hits there onto the villagers. The mounted archers do go down quickly to the Ronin. Ronin gains good damage there. One Falconet does go down. Does get another hit there, taking out some villagers. Got another round of Yumi archers now in the field. Ronin doing some good work. They are classified as heavy infantry as well as mercenary. And all those villagers do go down. The Japanese players have 42 villagers, one's at 36. No shipments there. Or deployment, if anything. 2 towns to deploy in the fields, just get some good village production. And now Blue's eyeing for a counterattack. Villagers taking time to torch down the shrine. The couriers do have 11 range damage and 40% range resist with 400 health, effectively making them up like 550 health. So they actually can reasonably take on some of these units, to say the least. Got some various coin research being brought on in. The gold shipment and the royal mint. Maybe I have some mercenaries next. Armor pistol is probably the best thing he can get at the moment. Though Huron mantlets may not be half bad either. This dress was still claimed by the Japanese player. Hasn't got any research for them just yet. Going for increased attack on the archers. Yeah, actually a good number of Ronin here as well. 8 Ronin. And maybe I need some more mercenaries, as I'm for more Ronin. Don't really know if mass Ronin are a great idea of this composition. Oh, whoa, these honored Yumi archers have really good damage right now. 34 damage. Though they do have 3 attack speed, not 1.5, which is common with archers. You got a number of disciplined mounted archers. Whoa, they have ×8 damage for artillery for a light unit? Light cavalry? That's pretty high. Increasing attack of your range units. That's one reason why they're also a little buffed up. Here comes the Huron mantlets, which are a siege unit. Which are not classified as artillery. At least I don't believe so. Guess we'll find out soon enough. And as well as if he goes for the 10 Huron allies, it does set them to champion as well. And the French is bringing his villagers forward. He's going all in. The Huron mantlets are still pushing forward. They are not classified artillery, like I mentioned. So pushing forward. These archers have 45 range resist. That's quite significant. Samurai push way forward. The French villagers don't have access to attack order, so it needs to get into range. Does peel off some of them to hit the Yuumi archers. They do have good AoE attack. They can rip apart formations to connect like Skull Knights. And they're completely surrounded the archers. The archers are getting annihilated. The AoE effect will be massive. But he's running out of Ronin. Does down to 5 out of the 8, but he does annihilate that formation. His Japanese warrior monks do go down. Do still have the daimyo here. The daimyo was not in radius of everything here. And now here comes the villagers pretty forward. And we already got some rice paddies to pull out for some coin generation. They'll line the cherry orchards for food generation. Here on Mount Spawn Field, they do have 45 siege damage. Got a shipment of Honored Yuumi, but they go straight into the Ronin. Ronin are classified heavy, so they receive bonus damage, but they want to keep their range. They're, of course, a ranged unit. Couriers do less damage versus villagers. They do times 3 damage versus resource enclosure. I'm not sure what's technically classified as resource enclosure. Is rice paddy considered a resource enclosure? I have no idea. Huron allies throwing some more hatchets. Of course, you can't really build proxy structures near the town center. The French does have 2 shipments available. May as well bring in something. Does have quite a bit of coin at the moment. Going for the Swiss pikeman for extra siege damage wouldn't be half bad. It's going for refrigeration now. Ronin do have excellent siege damage. I keep forgetting as well. They do have 120, so having this single guy alive is very important for siege damage. You know, Yuumi archers do also have horrendously bad melee damage. The Huron mantlets do have 40 range resist, and of course not classified as light nor heavy, but they are classified as infantry. And since they also classify as siege unit, the town center does do less damage versus them. It also includes just sort of just casting the towel. It does have these archers engaging on him. 24 siege damage is actually not half bad. And now got a round of blue guard deployed on our field. They're a good musketeer with good damage. And there's another shipment of Yuumi archers being brought on in. That was his last time 16 shipment there. Warriors, the boys do have better melee DPS. It was honestly the Ronin able to get the full surround. That's what happened. He threw too many arrows into the villagers, not the Ronin. Ronin were a true threat, while the villagers just offer good fire support. And plus they're very tanky to deal with. $400 health, 40 range resist. Yeah, they can take abuse. So to be fair, probably using his guys in melee. Now the may have better DPS. Now let's bring in a daimyo. Does have a church here. Maybe ask for some divine intervention. Got some more Ronin being put on the field. Does torch down that structure. Maybe go for the Swiss pikemen around those 2 Ronin. The Swiss pikemen may offer more siege damage, though I'm not really sure, honestly. Villagers don't have good siege damage. Blue's trying to build some more infrastructure up here. Going for melee units against these couriers would probably be better. Samurai would be a good idea. The Shogunate have took some damage here. The Ronin are torching down the stable. Now he's going for some samurai. Very good. And town center is now down. And the French maybe on to bring back his villagers since he knows his opponent's gonna play hunt him or Squad is just trying to back off, trying to get some economics going. A major trying to bring us back his villagers so he can just go ahead and collect his resources so he can blow out an actual army. Samurai do take out the Huron mantlets pretty quickly. They do have 42 damage, 1 AoE, and 100 siege damage. The Ronin now counter-attacking. They do have a bit more damage, even more AoE. They also have 40% range melee resist. The Samurai only have 30%. And looks like he does bring some of his French villagers right there, putting some more coin on the map. These archers currently been idle for quite a bit of time. Here, Mantlets may want to take in case honored Yumi while the Ronin just goes around torching. Got a round of Samurai being pulled out by the Daimyo. The Ronin can make short work of them. Does have 1,000 health, which is quite significant. As well as 30% range resist. The Huron Mountlets do range damage, not siege damage. Ronin now way forward. Some of these French villagers are actually taking quite a bit of damage. Look at the AoE damage from the Samurai. Ronin do clean all that up. Can you use the French villager from the Chariot Orchards? Nope, I don't see the button there to do that. Yeah, you can see here, if I were to highlight the tree, you can see the wood. Down more of the torp, so some villagers there you can kill off. And some of these villagers will get ripped apart, no problem. I go for another round of Samurai. He does have the Golden Pavilion activated. Bringing in a shipment of 5 Yumi archers. He is a little bit desperate for them. There's been another secondary town set up here. Got more Ronin up here. Japanese player has some housing to work with. Not a whole lot at the moment. Most of the villagers are being tasked to collect up some deer. Goes off more Japanese villagers. He's down 16. There goes the Daimyo. The Ronin will rip those Daimyo apart. Yumi Archers gains good damage on the Ronin. Got another round of Ronin here. More Ronin push way forward. And now the Ronin should make short work of the town center. French does have 2 shipments available. I would say he could send more villagers up, and it looks like the Japanese player backs on the game now. As Angrid saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Definitely an interesting replay. That full surround with the units, that was actually quite impressive to look at. Greetings everyone, Angrid here for another Age of Empires 4-3 replays. But on the right side as the red Germans, we have a foreign name. On the left side as the blue French, we have Quai d'Instrumenten. Butchered that like I do of any sort of name. No dex has been selected just yet. And we got the skunk. Health's being claimed. 20 experience, 20 gold. Oh, the French will get the shipment first. German shipments are much more expensive.
Ja? Bereit.
The German players are immediately going for some hunting doggos. Time for that food collection. More couriers being put on the field. Still no deck select there. Gonna be looking to killing the local kitty cat to steal his food of plums. And there goes the cat. Red is still moving around. Oh yeah, that's the Oktoberfest lady. She has a pretty large rifle and a mug of beer that she's holding upside down to whack cats in the head. You monster. Stealing the cat's wood. That was their little cat stand they like to sleep on. You monster. You now have shipment available for the French. Standard, couriers, economic theory, couriers, wood coin, crossbows, sensuous, range infantry hit points, hussars, and cavalry hit points, advanced arsenal, wood coin, team Sangalines, riflemen. Wait, did this get renamed? It was like, it used to be like Sangali's Arlures, right? What is the one that got renamed? Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconet, Fort, Thoroughbreds, Factory. And for the Germans, we got a foreign name, which has settler wagons, wood, coin, crossbows, Doppelin soldiers, Uhlans, silversmiths, higher Irish brigadiers, wood coin, skirmishers, Uhlans, war wagons, Fort, higher German black riders, higher Hessian Jaegers, Polish winged hussars, which are a native unit, heavy cannons, factory. These unbearable bears will be going down, stealing their cinnamon fragrance. And now we do have the quartermaster being researched by the German. And for the French, he's eyeing the quartermaster. One shipment available for the French. Same as shipment, probably for the couriers. Good eye for maybe the hussars.
Oui.
Scout will be scouting around his opponent's town center. And the trading post is complete. And the German player won a shipment available. He could save up his shipment for spats with some Uhlans. Probably we'll go for some settler wagons. We do now have another trading post put on the center map by the Frenchman.
Votre ordre?
And now he has aged up. Both players now aged up. And now he's going to bring his settler wagons. Opponent is going to bring his couriers. Of course, the German settler wagons will also come with 2 Uhlans he can start harassing with.
Auftrag?
There's of course 2 kitty cats here, guarding their eggplant. Does use the crack shot on one of those guys. The scout could stab her a little bit, but won't really get a kill. More villagers now being deployed on out. And now got another round of wood being brought in by the French. And now got 2 barracks here right next to each other. So maybe eyeing for a good number of crossbows. Maybe pikemen against the Uhlans. Or if just musketeers wouldn't be half bad. He is going for some musketeers. And nice little pick there by the Uhlans, which will snipe the explorer. Now got a very fine coat being researched, as well as looks like some other research was cancelled. Shipment of wood's almost complete. Pretty close to pop cap, so we'll need to get out a house. Now I got 8 musketeers on the field. Shipment of coin now being flown on the field. His opponent has gone for a round of crossbows. Not bad. After all, you know, against the Germans, you're going to be facing against Uhlans. And so, good chance that his opponent will deploy out some sort of heavy infantry to counter them. But going for crossbows to help counter the heavy infantry wouldn't be half bad. And 1 courier does go down. The other Uhlan's going to try to run away. Very nice. French couriers do have the same base health against melee damage as compared to the regular villagers. See, they have 180 health, but only range resist, while these villagers have 150 health and 20 melee resist. If you take 20 melee resist, which will be 30 extra hit points, so it'll be 180 to match the courier's hit points. The couriers do not offer any bonuses to defend themselves against melee cav, or just melee in general. But they will offer an absurd amount of resistance versus range. The German players now has a Castle Age available, but not going for anything just yet. Does have a stable. Not aging up with anything at the moment. There we go. He can now age up with the Exile Prince. Scout goes down. And looks like this Uhlan will fail in killing off the Explorer. Very close to, though. Do we see, yep, we do now. Fortress Age now being researched by the French, going for the Exile Prince. German players now research Fortress Age, going for a large number of skirmishers and going for some war wagons. So that's a good number of musketeers, but against all of the skirmishers and war wagons, they will have a bit of trouble. War wagons, of course, are light cavalry, but musketeers don't necessarily do any bonus damage to them, but they're still a good general purpose unit to fight against them. Community bring in a shimmer coin, which is maybe not a good idea. Gotta turn my phone on the silent. Trading post now under fire. Uhlans and the war wagon now gain some damage from the trading post. The war wagons have 30 siege damage, but for a 3 population unit, that's actually not that great. Skirmishers also don't have good siege damage, nor does crossbows. So this trading post will go down by 1,000 cuts. Is not responding to engage it. He is responding by deploying out some dragoons and more skirmishers. Skirmishers will be useful against his force, barring the fact that there's some Uhlans mixed on in. But dragoons will be useful to engage those Uhlans. Now I got a shipment of Uhlans, so 9 Uhlans being poured on out. More dragoons, a good number of them. Got a force of 27 versus a force of 19. Five more skirmishers being put on the field. The German player will be at population cap. Dragoons charging way forward. They can see some bonus damage there from the crossbows, as well as some of the skirmishers. Got some skirmishers here. Uhlans push way forward and gets good hits there onto the skirmishers, but the musketeers have entered melee mode to engage the Uhlans. Uhlans are now down. Crossbows and skirmishers engaging, gets good hits there onto the musketeers. They're still trying to push forward in melee. War wagons have been picked off for the most part. Musketeers still batting them down. All the musketeers have gone down. Crossbows and skirmishers getting good damage down the dragoons. And looks like blue does back on off. Red does have more reinforced skirmishers. Blue is eyeing for the instant galleys, her riflemen. Of course, give all of his range units extra damage. Those give him a little bit of edge in skirmisher wars. They've got more skirmishers here now. 15 skirmishers versus an army of 16 with 4 crossbows in support. Got a good number of Uhlans for the German player as well that can help them overrun even a small number of dragoons. We start touching down that trade post. Uhlans do have not great siege damage for their population cost. The round dragoons there, which will hope be helpful to engage those Uhlans. We've got a round of war wagons here as well. We've got 50 units versus 24. Going for more skirmishers now. He probably get another round more built out. There's plenty of resources for it. Oh no, he's at pop cap, so he can't. Does get a house there. Needs to squeeze out the more numbers now. Does squeeze out the more numbers. Very important. Uhlans now push way forward, gains some good damage there. Skirmish some war wagons in tow. Those lose one of the war wagons immediately. Uhlans still engaging.
Oui.
Uhlans are doing just fine. Red skirmishers are in a great position. It looks like blue does back of the game now. This is great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Again, the main menu is taking quite a bit of time to load. Let's see now. Sorry about that. I wonder if that was the same replay. I think that's between the same players, so let's just do versus Russia. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another H-Powers 3 replay. Well, on the south side as the Red French, we have Air Discernumente, butchered that. On the top side as the Blue Russians, we have Pan-A Content. Or Pan-Za Content? No idea. When it comes to natives map, we do have the Comanches. Comanches are a Comanche range cavalry, good against cavalry. As well as the Apaches, which give you access to range cavalry, good against cavalry. Why are they the same? Yep. Range cavalry good against cavalry, and range cavalry good against cavalry. That seems like horrible map design to me. One could be, they couldn't make it so one's heavy, one's light, rather than both of them are light. Access food, giving villagers more speed and hit points, not bad. More land military speed. And looks like Napes Apaches do bonus sandwiches to villagers. Looks like Blue will be killing off the local doggo and steal his gold. Just sniffing those flowers, you monster. And the Comanches here gives you access to research items cost less coin for 100 coin. And for cavalry and shock infantry hit points. And Comanche Mustangs increasing cavalry and shock infantry speed. There are actually a good number of cows in the field, which either player could claim. We do have deck sucker for the Russians. We do have Terraria, give you distributialism, economic theory, food, wood, coin, Streltsy, New Order regiments, Cossacks, more Cossacks, Boyars, Advanced Arsenal, Tsar's Reform, Wood, more Streltsy, Suvyov Reforms, Ransack, Openshinniks, Cavalry Combat, Falconets, Fort, Refrigeration, not Infinite, Higher Manchurian Cavalry Archers, Tsar Bombard, or Tsar Cannon. I'm butchering up quite bad. And Factory and Factory. For the French, we got Standard. We got Villagers, Economic Theory, Villagers, Wood Coin, Crossbowmen, Census, Range Infantry Hit Points, Hussars, and Cavalry Hit Points, Advanced Arsenal, Wood Coin, Team Singalis, Riflemen, Skirmishers, Cuirassiers, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Fort, Thoroughbreds, Factory. He's now aging up with the Quartermaster. His opponent is now aging up with the Quartermaster. This doggy could be sent back home. Blue's Explorer has plenty of health, so you can perhaps pick up the kitty cat and steal his burrow filled with armadillos, worth 80 experience. That sure doesn't look like a burrow, to say the least, nor any armadillos. At the cat, there's actually two cats there. Now it looks like Red's Explorers taking out some local doggos to steal their den of skunks worth 80 experience. He'd also steal a cow worth 110 food. And the dog does go down, you monster. And we do have now a proxy blockhouse being put up by the Russians. I wonder, Quartermaster, does that pull out another blockhouse? Can he get the military shipment done in time? I don't think this blockhouse will be complete up in time. We got 17 seconds. I have no way to see the gauge, but it looks like the age of what happened before this. So back at home. Oh, it looks like it just brought in a shipment of wood from the Quartermaster. Never mind. I was thinking it's going to be a outpost or a blockhouse sort of thing. Now got our Randall Streltsy being deployed on out, as well as shipment of Streltsy. Soon he's going to have an army of 23 Streltsy in the field. You'll need to get out some housing, which the wood will provide. Maybe a good idea to use these villagers to build a house. He also needs a little bit of wood to get out a house, or food to get out another round of villagers. Does pull out another round of villagers, does get a house on the field. This one right now is going for a stable. Hussars will be effective versus Streltsy. Streltsy are a skirmisher variant, more closer to an archaic archer. They have 14 range, which is less than a regular skirmisher or crossbowman. They damage was also much less. They do have ×2 multiplier, so which is crossbows have a 1.25 damage multiplier versus heavy infantry, so these guys do have similar DPS versus heavy, but still weaker. And also they are dirt cheap and have no health. Their Streltsy. The Streetlets are pushing away forward. Their siege damage is 7. For the price, it's actually not half bad of cheap torches. Villager getting gunned down. One of us does go down. We got 4 Hussars here. I honestly don't know who wins the fight between the two. 23 Streltsy or 4 Hussars. Does need to go back, start a step towards a blockhouse. Its gun is much better for cavalry, doing 45 damage per shot as opposed to about 6. And there's another French village there, which will be bopped in the head and shot up a bit. Those impressive axes, though 6 damage against villagers. Now got a shipment of Cossacks being put on field, which are a cheap Hussar variant. And now it's going for more villagers. His opponent is going for more couriers, going for shipment of Hussars and pulling up more Hussars. Very good. This should be an adequate number of Hussars to deal with these Streltsy. He needs to get out some anti-cavalry units, to say the least. You're fighting against French. The chance that you're fighting against Hussars against French is very likely. And good damage there. Hussars do get a good encirclement there. Should be able to deal with all the Streltsy. What? That's not cheating. The French always go for a stable. And Scout does go down. And does get a shipment out there, but that is the end of the replay. This ain't great saying anything watching, and on to the next replay. There was nothing cheating about that. That was literally countering your composition and French being French. Again, the long load menus. I have no idea why this is the case. No, let's go to a different player since I just cast a couple of his. This looks like somebody different based on the name of how the replays are named. Now was correct. Let's see now. Oh boy, that is fast. There we go. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on bottom left side as the red Maltese, we have Ferenc Kill. So on north side as the blue Iroquois, we have Bronconium. Oh, I butchered that. We got the Explorer or the War Chief Sharp Knife, which somehow does sound like a Native American name. Versus Martin de Redden, which may be randomly generated because de Redden is, of course, one of the cards, or maybe he named it after that. Looks like the War Chief will kill these local doggos to claim their coin. That was their life savings, you monster. Now their pup's gonna pay for college. And we do actually have a deck select available for the Sioux, or not Sioux, Iroquois runs. We do have villagers ranching. Very nice, I can see that. Don't know if it's going to be effective. Let's find out. Sawmills, villagers, all resources, Annas, War Hut, warrior attack, War Hut, warrior hit point, conservative tactics, Canyon horsemen, new ways, native warrior combat, all resources, sheeple, Forest Prowlers, War Hut Warrior Combat, Canyon Horsemen, Cavalry Hit Points, Siege Combat. All holding the show me siege weapons get increased damage and hit points. You don't really see that one all too often. Native Warrior Conscription, North American Trade, Wampum, Light Cannon, and Infinite Covenant Chain. Ships 2 heavy cannon and a number of mercenary from the British Isles. Delivers 2 heavy cannon, 3 harquebuses, 4 Highlanders, and 4 Irish Brigadiers. That's not a bad mercenary card. Howdy. Just saw your YouTube comment. Costs 2,000 gold, which is quite expensive, but not a bad card, especially when the Iroquois don't have access to heavy cannon, and Highlanders are a musketeer, Irish Brigadier, a musketeer, and a harquebuser, I think is a skirmisher. He is going to go for the Wise Woman. Looks like that's the fast age up one. And over here, do have the Quartermaster. R2, Villagers, Carmelite Churches, German tongue, I can never pronounce this word, Constructions, Food, Wood, Coin, Trip to Jerusalem, Archaic Soldier Attack, Archaic Soldier Hit Points, so it's like an Archaic deck, Viturosia, Boards of Wood, Chests of Coin, Fixed Gun, Steel Bolts, Archaic Soldier Combat, Sun Order of Malta, Exile Mills, Infinite Wood. First is 2,000, then 1,300 afterwards. The first usage is just better. French Tongue, Rockets, and Dignitaries, Factory, and Sicilian Supply. Dignitaries, not familiar with this one. Bestows high awards. Hospitallers grant access to additional range armor with a pistol charge attack. And Hospitallers are the swordsmen, so they get a pistol, occasional pistol strike with a little extra range armor. They have usually melee armor, right? That could be interesting. Multi decks are just weird. You can get quite a bit of weird variety. And if his opponent looks at his opponents, if the Iroquois looks at the Maltese deck, he probably should see the Steel Bolts research and may want to avoid deploying Tomahawks. Because Tomahawks can be easily hard to counter with Steel Bolts researched. He's now going for some Annas. Annas are dirt cheap. I call them dirt cheap. They only cost 100 food, which food collects up the quickest, so it barely makes them cheaper than, say, probably equivalent cost as crossbows. They do have 16 range, 12 damage, the faster archer attack speed, and regular skirmisher multipliers, so they're a pretty good light infantry unit. They also have good range resist, and their health is not bad for a skirmisher as well. So overall, Annas are a pretty good skirmisher unit, or light infantry unit that I don't think people use as often they should. Now have a round of villagers being brought on in. We also got a gunman here to assist the Annas. Of course, that can be picked off by the Grandmaster, no problem. We got multiple hospitals here. Maybe we gotta go for some crossbows. He's going for some crossbows. A shipment of wood being brought on in as well. We got a round of pikemen, which will not be super useful. These are, of course, skirmishers, and these are, of course, counted by skirmishers. Does accept there are some villagers, not the pikemen. Pikemen try and close on in. There's a round of crossbows. They do have also 16 damage, but have a slow attack speed. Same range, lesser multipliers, 20 range resist rather than 30% range resist. A little less health. And of course, they are cheaper, costing 80 rather than 100. But honestly, the entire food cost probably makes them equal. Overall, crossbows are weaker than Annas, in my opinion. To get a comparison, right now these villagers are collecting up 0.92 food per second, as opposed to opponents would, which is 0.55. Yeah, so the 100 food is essentially cheaper, because that's almost twice the collection rate. Yeah, I think they have based the same cost, or in the resource consumption of items being removed from the map.
Oui.
Either way, we do have a good number of crossbows here. Pikemen, of course, a good escort item to hit the cavalry, as well as provide good torches. We do also have a native building here for blue, which is the House of Yagalon, which he can employ out some Lipkar Tartars, cavalry archers, and shock riders, which are dual armor with a charge attack. Some of the villagers do go down there. Do got a war hut there for garrison. Going for stagecoach, trying to go for more of the archers now. These archers may want to keep their distance. Can't be losing them right now. He needs whatever units he can muster. He does, of course, have both trade posts here, and now with the trade, soon to be stagecoach. There's a stagecoach now. Has another shipment available. Going for the Anna archers, maybe in order. He's going for all resources. Yeah, mass Anna archer, I say, is the best thing you can go for at the moment. There's too many pikemen in the war to potentially getting cavalry. He's now going for the Great Feast, which does allow him to get the native research here do affect even wild sources of food. So this will improve the hunting gathering rate, but should put him perhaps the 1.0, I'm guessing. 1.01. Close enough. Commandery now being employed on out. Oh, we also got some rural huntsmen being employed on the field, which are a villager variant that can only collect up food, and I believe it does collect that as a pretty good rate.
There's my state.
And no, same rate as its regular villagers, which is still a good rate. Which is basically a more expensive villager as a secondary queue, which can only gather up food. But this trade post can quickly go down. The rural huntsman may get killed off. He may be turned to a porcupine relatively soon. Fortress Age now being researched by the Sioux now. Not Sioux, Iroquois. Going for the messenger. The message is attack. Oh, this archer has 1 health. Now we do have the German tongue being researched. It's going for the bishop. There's a number of pikemen. Pikemen are not really a good melee unit. They are a counter unit, not a melee unit. They counter buildings and cavalry, as well as shock infantry, but they're not good versus other infantry. If I were to give a comparison right now, the pikeman, while it does have 2 range, does have 8 damage. Compared to the Anna Archer, it also has 8 damage, plus the ×2 heavy multiplier. Annas are better than pikemen in melee. Oh, great. There goes that replay. Oops, I hit open, not delete.
Okay.
Yep, I need to fix this. It's better for me. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. On the top right side as the blue French, we have Tim Heretic. On the bottom left side as the red Ottoman, we have Batu Han. Most likely the explorer goes straight for this trade post to get that building. There's also a handful of natives on the map. We do have... Wait. I usually don't see this actually manned. We do have the Tengri Shrine, which I actually don't really see this manned before. It's always like a ruin. Did the new update change this? So got a bunch of Coyote Runner skins, or in this case, maybe some Wolf Runner skins here. You can get some wolves as well as some Tatar archers, and the old fire pit. Come on now, why can't we? The Aztecs should have the fire pit, not the Kapuni Plaza for Aztecs. And of course, there is also the Suvi Moss, which can give you access to Quizbalash. Either way, we do have a deck selected, 1v1 STD, land, villagers, economic theory, villagers, food, wood, coin, crossbows, hussars, and cavalry hit points, wilderness warfare, which does affect skirmishers, wood coin, Tim Segalis, rifleman. I swear, every time I look at this icon, it changes. We got skirmishers, Cuirassiers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, refrigeration, heavy cannon, factory, and factory. He's going for shipment of villagers. The Ottomans going for capitalism. We do got fuck everyone deck. You have city defenses, capitalism, food, wood, coin, advanced arsenal, house of intrigue, wood, coin, endurance school, Sapahis, cavalry combat, obelisk guns, falconets, advanced frontier defenses, mosque construction, higher Egyptian Mamelukes, Azaps, Kuli school, Sapahis, flight archery, obelisk guns, great bombards, factory. Looks like Red's gonna be killing off the kitty cats and steal their wood. We got the market outflow in the field going for placard mines.
Oui.
And now it looks like the Frenchman with killing off a blind monk and stealing his fragrance and cinnamon quills. He's blind, his nose working fine. You're going to steal his cinnamon? You monster. Looks like the French scout does camouflage his way forward. He has a knife out, so it looks like he's maybe ready to shank somebody. And now we do have the Philosopher Prince now being deployed on out. We've got the Quartermaster on the way as well.
Azur.
We got more French villagers being deployed on the field. The Ottoman player is going for a pile of coin. He maybe I'm going for fast industrial at the current rate, because he's quite a bit of food. Not fast industrial, fast fortress. Not many cards here, so that may be the case. He is chasing some of the deer, the Nagali, in towards his town center. And now we do have a shipment available for the Ottomans. But he's not going. It hasn't queued anything else in this age. There's his coin shipment. If he quickly collects it on up, he can age up. He's going to quickly gather it up. Thank you to follow Batuhan. I think I'm streaming one of your games, eh? Yes, I do stream. Yep, I do stream every single day, barring Fridays, and I stream Age of Empires 3 in particular on Mondays and Tuesdays. So what I do is I do the recordings live and then upload them on YouTube in 4K 60 FPS. So more or less, if you want to get a sneak preview of the videos, you can watch it now. Thanks. We do now have the... Oh, I just realized the name of the explorer is Cat Noor. We do have the Moss now being researched, as well as Age 3. He's going for the Scout. A Boston guy with a shotgun and a fish. The Frenchman design push way forward with some hussars. A good way to
Votre ordre?
deal with the hussars. Azaps wouldn't be half bad, nor would also Janissaries. I can't think right now for some odd reason. More hussars from Porterfield, so got quite a bit of cavalry. Or nope, the Explorer is engaging. Got the Explorer trying to bop the head of the Explorer. Shipment of coin now being brought in. He does have 2 shipments available. He could try hunkering inside his town center. Does go off the Explorer there. Villagers Duke inside the town center. He only has 13 villagers at the moment, so most of them exist right there. He's trying to cause some food here. Does take a bit of damage. Probably the Sipahi. No, does not have enough food for the Sipahi. Oh, there's the age up. I just realized he got a cavalry from that. The Delis. 4 Delis, not a whole lot, but he does get a number of the Musketeers he mixed on the same time. Perfect timing to deal with the opposing Hussars, which will give him a bit of breathing room. The Hussars falling back. You may want to bring back the Delis. They do have good DPS, but they're simply outnumbered. They would lose out in this fight.
Hazır.
Both have range resist, not melee resist. We're going for shipment of wood and coin. You can use that wood potentially beyond a couple of town centers in order to get villager production going. He's also at over pop cap, so he needs a house at least. The wood's been brought on in, but oh, there's the wood right there. Looks like maybe a bit busy over here. The militia are down to 1 health. Looks like the courier does take out one of the militia. The militia may just want to fall back. They're not going to do much right there. Delis are here. Got a pair of housing. And quite a bit of wood's been expended. I only see 2 houses here. So where did all that wood go? Or they're still being collected up. Yep, still being collected up. Just me going crazy. Got a shipment of coin as well. So got quite a bit of resources. Far from some sort of fast industrial. Good eye for frontier defenses. I'm going to go for defense. Militia back at home. Got a round of walls there. His opponent's worried about a counterattack and with oh, he's also in Fortress Age. Walls are not necessary at the moment. Maybe necessary in the future, but not needed. There is town center, so I was correct in assuming he's going for a secondary town center. Next to the gold mine as well. French is now eyeing for the Falconet, so now do have, I thought so, yeah, the Galata Town District Research. You could hire for mosque constructions, which will reduce the cost of these various research. Maybe going for Falconets right now wouldn't be half bad. Something to gauge the various units. We've got Dragoons here as well as Hussars. The Falconets do pose a threat, handful of skirmishers. And now we do got Industrial Age coming on out. You may want to go for city defenses right now when this assault starts. Need something to say the least. There's 14 villagers here that will get the town center max out crude for the damage.
Engine.
House taking some fire there. Villagers took inside the town center. Explorer has been recovered. House being a little bit getting a sunroof added. Ellie's looks like going to try to flank around, hit the Falconets. There's a good opportunity to do that now. Villagers getting hit. One of the Ottoman villagers do go down. Ellie's closing on in, gets some good damage. Does take out one of the Falconets. The other one's getting hit as well, but he will save the other Falconet. He is aging up to the Grand Vizier, as opposed with the Lesser Vizier. Does not have the Palace Intrigue just yet, so no mosque shenanigans. Sayin going to try to stab the Falconet, gains some good damage there. And the Explorer does take out the Falconet. He does have some housing to work with. Maybe trying to go over 22 AZAPs upon aging up. That wouldn't be half bad. Does help this town center there. 6 villages inside this town center, so it does only do 54 damage on full 90. Does get out a handful of Sipahi. That would be useful. Going for the AZAPs would be not bad either. More Dragoons here. Primitive skirmishers, deploying more skirmishers and Dragoons with quite a bit of light units. Sipahi are, of course, a heavy cav. The Dragoons would do bonus damage to them, but they do have a staggering nearly 1,000 health. Hussars are going to be just regularly effective. Dragoons would do bonus damage, and the skirmishers would do less damage. There's a round of skirmishers and the AZAPs. Not skirmishers. That was the French skirmishers, but I'm getting too mixed up. Ugh. He's at pop cap now, so does need a bit of wood. Councilors to garrison, both of them. Going for a house now. He's at a relatively weird unit. They have a good attack speed, bonus damage to light cavalry at range, and shock infantry, light range shock infantry, blah. And they do also have standard pikemen bonus damage, or less bonus damage than pikemen, but more against shock. And that's versus all cavalry as well. So they are a unique heavy infantry. They are classified as heavy, not light, so skirmishers will do bonus damage to them. He does go with great bombards now. They're very good. Great, if you would say. Another house there. The great bombards can make short work of the skirmishers. The AZAPs will be useful against the Dragoons. And Hussars will have trouble for AZAPs as well. He does have a handful of Sipahi. He want to make sure the Sipahi doesn't get hit. One of the Dragoons do go down to the town center. Going for his Sipahi now. 5 Sipahi. That is the age 3 Sipahi, not the 6 Sipahi, which costs more food. 8 Sipahi base costs 200 food. You know how the Great Bomber set up. Does do a solid 500 damage. Half damage versus cavalry. Got some Cuirassiers. Hussars do have more than 250 health, but Dragoons have less than 250 health, so it will. Those Great Bombards will one-shot Dragoons. AoE damage is another matter, however. I've got this force to try and push way forward. The skirmishers will not do bonus damage versus AZAPs. Oh, no, they will. They're classified as heavy, not light. I already talked about that. Mine's going crazy. Sipahi charging the way forward gets good damage. AZAPs can push the way forward. They can get some great damage on the Dragoons. Great Bombards making the way forward, trying to bombard his opponent. Does get a good volume of Dragoons. Good splash damage there. Sipahi charging the way forward. They're a very high quality unit. Like Cuirassiers. They also have 3 pop as well. Now the Cuirassiers now engaged in the Great Bombards. Great Bombards do have a bit of health to survive with. Cuirassiers only have 30 damage, so against individual siege units, they're not that great. They mostly get most of the damage from the big AoE damage. He does save both Great Bombards there. Autumn player does have good amount of army. Going for both the factories now. I would say pull out more Great Bombards, but he may need to pull out more housing. The Frenchman is trying to regroup his forces. Have 36 villagers versus opponents 22, which are French villagers both, so his economy is just fine. Just need to pull out military. Going to be a bit defensive right now. Has an opportunity to counterattack, but that's with caster vision. He does not have eyes on his opponent's base. And he doesn't really have a follow-up plan if he loses his army. So going defensive may not be half bad, because it'll guarantee him not to lose to a counterattack. He is also bringing more Great Bombards. Very nice. I'm biased towards the heavy cannons, so I'm also biased towards the very fine Bombards. And I was bringing some Imams. Ooh, healing units. That could be useful, especially to heal up his Sipahi. As well, should be able to heal up the Great Bombards as well. You've got a high quality force. Get them a medic. They'll pay dividends. And Imams only cost food, right? Which is not bad. Now we got more Great Bombars being pulled on out. Skirmishers, he knows about the Great Bombards. Maybe not a good idea to go for a good number of skirmishers. He knows if fighting against Azaps for heavy infantry. I suppose skirmishers will be good against the Azaps. That's why. The Great Bombards, however, is the biggest threat to him. Skirmishers definitely being pulled out as a counter unit. But if he can deal with the Great Bombards, then he will make short work of his opponent's other army. Sepahis are in small numbers, so they're not easily replaceable. They'll be brought in through shipments and other unique methods. Can't be deployed out in the field outright. You now got the veteran Azap research. Very nice. More Great Bombards away. He's going for more Cuirassiers. And their AoE effect can be effective for Azap as well. While they will receive bonus damage, quite a bit of bonus damage, the AoE effect could overcome the effect of the bonus damage. But it is a little bit situational, to say the least. Maybe some Culverin would be useful. Probably some Culverin. He is H3, so he does have access to Culverin, and that could help him gauge the Bombards. He may want to scout out his opponent as well. He has a scout here. Scouting his opponent and realizes he's having his factories pull out Great Bombards may be a very important information, to say the least. Cavalry combat not being pulled on the field, going for more Cuirassiers or Couriers, or however you pronounce it. Cuirassier? Is that how you pronounce that? I really don't know how to pronounce it. And here's another shipment of Sipahi there, so soon he'll have 10 Sipahi in the field, which is a lot of Sipahi. Maybe Pikemen. Pikemen would be relatively reasonable for this Azaps. I always say Pikemen are horrible against other infantry units, but against Azaps, they actually not be half bad, since they would not receive bonus damage. It'll help engage this Sipahi. They'll still get another bit of the Great Bombards, don't get me wrong about that. He needs a better counter to the Great Bombards than what he has. Oh, Scout does spot this force and sees all the Great Bombard. Looking at more of the local fauna. And this may not be enough force. He has only 5 Cuirassiers, which are the same population as Sipahi. And he has more Sipahi. He is fighting against more Sipahi than he has the elite or the heavy cav of the French. Great Bombards right now doing 500 damage versus structures, and there's 6 of them there. That would put holes in anything. They did fire a volley there, and needs to rotate his guns. Shooting cavalry is not exactly. Oh, there's a. I didn't see these guys. Sipahi engaging. Great Bombards hitting the skirmishers will keep his Azaps alive. As long as the Azaps are alive, he'll do just fine the Cuirassiers. He's losing some Sipahi, but that's fine. The Great Bombards, all that matters in this engagement. In which they return the guns of the Cuirassiers. They do half damage, but half damage of 500 is still 250. And blue backs out of the game. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yep. Protecting the Great Bombards won him the game. That's one reason why I'm unbiased for factories that build the heavy cannon and all the variations, because I just love heavy cannon. Most of the meta, in my opinion, is most defined by skirmishers, and cannon are very good against that. Though I also play Aztecs, which also makes skirmishers really, really problematic in general. What was the SpongeBob quote? Cannons win wars, Patrick? What was that Squidward? Oh, look at the mini-map. It's bugging out. This replay will not last very long. It will crash. This is from the previous patch. Oh, I think at the point of the replay, the bones did spawn. Yeah. Oh, no, it did spawn. It was the replay. The map was, not correct. It was zoomed in onto all the icons were zoomed in. It was going to bug out. I swear, today I'm just getting pretty long load screens. Oh, yep, you can see here, there's an old replay again. It's where stuff is zoomed in pretty good, so this replay will break very quickly, so no point even trying. Oh, I guess I can go into those 2v2 replays I have stored up. So I think some of them are maybe on a previous patch as well. The patch came out, what? Last week? This week? Less than a week ago? Running out of replays. Here we go. Replay did not bug out. Yep. What's that? A little bit better for me to control. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another H-Bars 3 replay. Spawn on bottom right side as the yellow Spanish, we have Vinaris. Spawn as the Indian ally, we have Ivan Dilas. Well, I butchered all these names, I can usually do. Spawn as the top left side as the magenta Indian, we have Canadian. And as the red Ottomans, we have Elmo. Of course, Elmo being red.
Dayar. Adesh?
Let's see, do we have any decks selected immediately? Nobody selected a deck just yet. Looks like the Brahmin are going to claim some wood from the bear. And potentially some food from the kitty cat. Yellow has put down that animal and will steal his wood. Looks like it was a local doggo. Or maybe that's just a rock there. Oh, there's Pinto, the doggo. Ramen moving around. Here we go, we got a deck here. Our villagers. Silk Road. Land grab, villagers, food, wood, coin. Some cows. A cow? Shipment? That's interesting. I was not expecting a cow shipment. Sebek, Advanced Arsenal, Wood, Endurance School, Sapahis, Cavalry Combat, Tupular, Royal Mint, Refrigeration, Grenade Launchers, Covered Wagons ×2, Curly School, Sapahis, and Factory. For Spanish, we got Principal 2, we got Settlers, Conquistadors, improve your Spanish Explorer and his war dogs in combat. Villagers, pikemen, rodealos, hand cavalry attack, hand cavalry hit points, advanced arsenal, medicine, higher Irish brigadiers, viceroyalty of New Spain, hussars, cavalry combat, lancers, alabros, falconet, advanced frontier defenses, royal mint, refrigeration, factory, and infinite higher Mediterranean mercenary army, 1 little bombard, 3 elmetos, and 4 Zoavs. Oh, the little bombard's like a big cannon. I'm not sure what the other ones are. And for the Indian deck, we do have, this is the Magenta Indian, Water. We do have Fish Market, East Indian Men, Ships a dock for Shaw, fishing boats are cheaper. Makes your fishing boats 20 wood cheaper. Distributalism, wood trickle, wood coin, Dravinian martial arts, sepoys, Zawars, camel attack, desert terror, diplomatic intrigue, foreign lodging, caravels, which do also fish, Romy swordsmen, if not correctly as well. These guys are neither heavy nor light infantry, Gurkhas, royal green jackets, which will Gurkhas deal more damage versus heavy infantry. Each tech it also grants additional Gurkhas for free. British East India Company. Burksas, Howdahs, Siege Elephants, Elephant Combat Frigates. Rummy Swordsman Regiment. Give you 10 Rummy Swordsmen and 1 Master. Enables the Master, whatever that does. Mughal Elephant Armorers and Mazurian Rockets, which I believe are just the British rockets available for 1,000 food. The other Indian, we got Sopaltante, which mimics the Spanish name of the deck, which he has quite a bit of Age 1 cards. We do got Favorable Karma, Monk attack and hit points increase, allow Indian monks to train tigers. Hopefully they're not the tiger tanks. Sawmill, exotic hardwoods, wood crafting, all the wood research, wood trickle, rum distillery, team for the rest of the game, get a trick of all resources, not bad. Raputs, Dravidian martial arts, depoys, sours, camel attack, Mughal architect, buildings wood cost decrease and build times reduced. Cheaper and faster buildings, call to arms. If you lose your buildings, assortment of irregulars and sentries arrive at your town's home city town shipment. Alright, design for artillery foundry here. Does take out that unit I was building it, and the elephant batter's head. Oh, we've got a good amount of doggos there. And Buttercup. Grazing, camels now generate food. Elephants generate wood, so your military units generate resources? Interesting. And also, sacred cows generate coin. Corn enlarging. Suffering, enemy units near the monk are slower. Royal Green Jackets, British East India Company, Elephant Combat. Tamed Elephants, Royal Mint. Professional Handlers, Team Dravidian Tactics, unit attack and hit points increased by 5%, and Chakrams. So got an elephant deck with source generation stuff. For our Poots now, and the Ottoman player we've already gone through. Who's not marching on in, but you got the Kana Marti, which does give some resources upon completion and increase the gathering rate of nearby using units. Village is getting hit pretty hard here. They do get inside the town center. This villager may get hit, does go down there. Do have some Zamburks, which are the light cavalry. He's getting bitten by some dogs. Dogs do claim a camel. And Buttercup. Can't forget Buttercup. More of the camels go down. It's not looking good for Magenta right now. Magenta's Brahmin pushing way forward. They do have a bit of a way to attack, but the damage is pathetically bad. Villagers get inside the town center. Red's bringing some obelisk guns, which should be effective versus sepoys. The Brahmins are classified as cavalry, so the obelisk guns will have a bit of trouble versus them. So the damage output's not that too great. Obelisk guns getting some good damage there. Got sepoys now engaged in melee. The doggos now getting some bites there. Dogs are neither classified as heavy nor light, so the obelisk guns will just do straight damage to them. No multipliers. Got more sepoys there. Looks like all the dogs most of the dogs have been put down, sadly. And it looks like a good amount of Medusa's force is still marauding around. And around higher Irish brigadiers as well as some pikemen. Obelisk guns microing around. Their melee attack is not great, 10 damage as opposed to 36. Our Irish brigadiers are of course a musketeer variant. Bringing a coin shipment there. Blue looks like it's been cleaned up there. Got more sepoys up there than those are Raputs. Obelisk guns do get gunned down by a number of the brigadiers. Mercenaries. Another round of obelisk guns being deployed on out here. And some of the Ottoman villagers getting bitten and gunned down. And now there's Raputs getting great flank there. They are shock infantry. And obelisk guns do less damage versus shock. Another dog pushing forward. Paco. Paco's barely alive. Paco gets gunned down as ATF wanted. Obus guns starting to go down there. It's going for more Obus guns. Spanish bringing some Rodialos, which are heavy, not shock. And Magenta is deploying some more fishing boats here, but not deploying on more military units. The blue Indian player is not deploying out anything out at the moment. More Obus guns being pulled on out. Brigadier is slowly being gunned down. I think Red has repelled the rest of the units, but we've got more Rodialos there. As mentioned beforehand, they are classified as heavy and not as shock. I honestly believe that Rodialos should be reworked to be a shock infantry rather than a heavy infantry. Because overall, heavy melee infantry don't really offer good damage to warrant them to be a melee-only unit. Because after all, 11 damage per strike, musketeers have higher damage than that. And these are basically designated melee units. Obus guns in comparison do have 10 with a multiplier there, so Obus guns will win in a 1v1 versus Rodialos in melee. While the guns are definitely better, so microing around like that is still important. Not microing around is not a huge issue against Rodialos. Another round of skirmishers being pulled in the field. The Ottoman player does have 31 villagers, the Spanish player has 16 to play out nothing. Maybe trying to age up relatively soon. The Northern Indian player does have 29 thanks to the fishing industry's getting. These fishing boats cost 50 right now thanks to the East India men. Also coming for diplomatic intrigue. Does he have a consulate on the field yet? No, he does not have a consulate on the field. The other Indian players now bringing his wood trickle has gotten. I think he actually gotten for no H1 shipments until now. That's interesting. It's still a good idea to go for team supplementary rolls sooner rather than later, because there's a good amount of resources for both players. I mean, if you look at between two, this provides 1.25. This offers for him himself about 1.2, which seems less, but it also applies to his teammate, which does add in a lot more value there. You should have gone for that research shipment first, in my opinion. Brahmin do go down. Sepoys engage Sepoys, but I think the Sepoys shall win. Nice thing about the Brahmin is they do have the health regen capability, or health restoration area, and now he does spot the fishing boats. Maybe a good idea for one of these players to pull out a dock here, go with some caravels. Caravels are nice because once they clean up all the fishing boats, they can fish themselves. Got a number of Raputs and Sawars here, and a good number of Rodialos. Belgium getting hit a little bit hard. Another villager does get hit. We've got a good number of Obus guns and Sepoys. Ottoman designed for more villagers. And a Spanish player is now aging up to the Adventurer. He's going on an adventure. The Northern Indian player is now going for Fish Market, improving the collection rate from his fishing boats by 20%, going for a round of Zamsburgs, the light cavalry. This gold mine is almost cleaned up. This map is filled with gold mines, so each coin deposit is quite valuable. Because these are silver mines, a lot less. Red's Explorer is down here. We got a number of Sawars, which are more close to a Lancer. They are a cheap cavalry that does bonus damage to infantry. Slightly cheap, population inefficient overall, I would say. They do double damage versus light infantry and shock infantry, but they do less damage versus heavy, standard damage versus heavy. Now we do have an age up available for the Northern Indian. Or maybe not. He can age up right now. And now he's eyeing for the Augury Fort, which will give him 5 Gurkhas upon completion. And functions similar to a European fort. Its damage output is 25, so it's weaker than a fort. 26 range, which is good. 3 AoE, good. And less damage for siege and artillery. Not a big surprise. Indian players are playing out a large number of fishing boats. There's plenty of fish out at sea. He's also putting some whale.
Hello.
More sepoys there. The Indian players going for more sepoys. The Ottoman players eyeing for paper cartridges and a shipment of food. Not going for H3 just yet. Needs a lot more resources. Nowhere near H3. Spanish players now brought in a shipment of falconets and going for more Rodialos. Gurkhas, a round of Gurkhas being employed in the field. Red says need attack soon. He has a good number of obelisk guns. The Augury Fort, we're seeing going to receive some damage possibly. But it could be built at a good time as well. Blue's Brahmin does get recovered. Red needs to get down here, help out his teammate. Got the stomp. Which it has been pinged. Gurkhas and sepoys push forward. Got these dragoons here. These Zamburgs may want to go straight for the falconets. We got a number of the grenadiers. How do you pronounce that? They do have both range and siege armor, so they can be a bit more useful against siege weapons. They do ×2 damage for siege as well. Delhi Gate. The Augury Fort now engaging. Team Northside should be able to hold on quite fine. Only crossbows remain. Yellows in Blue's army does go down. Now it's going for some of the discipline Nadhalts, 7 population. Now bringing a shipment of the Howdahs as well. So northern Indian players going for some elephants. Blue's eyeing for more villagers and sepoys. Going for more of the grenadiers, the unique grenadiers. They have less range armor, more siege armor, and I think just more artillery damage. Damage versus artillery. Sepoys can force some back there. We got some fortifications here for yellow. So the red does pink here. Magenta's pushing it forward. Does get a good volley onto the lancers. He does have a good number of light cavalry here to engage those lancers. On the outpost now, the elephants are bashing the heads against it. They do have 60 siege damage, which is actually not too great for their cost and population. Gurkhas and sepoys engaging, trying to save the obelisk guns. Grenadiers pushing forward. They do have 50 siege damage, which is good. There goes the outpost there. Team Northside should be able to do just fine versus outpost. Round of Spanish musketeers float them out. New cost got the vessel Nadhalt, which is a good cavalry heavy cav unit. And also has excellent siege damage there. Does destroy that outpost there. Magenta has lost most of his army, looks like. Spanish player only has 18 population field, all of them villagers, so I'm not sure what he's going to be eyeing. He needs to pull out something. They realize that there's quite a sizable force advancing towards them, slowly. The northern Indian player is going for a shipment of siege elephants, transitioning to more elephants. Red says wait, he's doing something. Yeah, the Ethiopian, or not Ethiopian, Indian player is going for more Gurkhas, sepoys, villagers, and all that sort. The Ottoman player has a shipment available. The Brahmin here can heal up these forces quite nicely. He has a good number of grenadiers and obelisk guns. He has anti-infantry covered by far. He's a little bit vulnerable to cavalry. His teammate has some anti-cav tools, but nothing too significant. This one Howdahs do offer great range damage, that's for sure. Good health. They are, of course, 6 population, so He consumed a lot of calculations. Okay, there is a plenty of anti-cavalry there. He has got a good number of Howdahs now. So yeah, I think he got the anti-cavalry covered. They do also offer 16 range, so they'll naturally stay behind the grenadiers. Whether that be a good or bad thing. Yeah, a number of Zanzibruks, which are anti-heavy cav. Howdahs, I believe, are classified as light cav. Yes, it is. And now the Ottoman players eyeing to age up with the Exile Prince. Does have a shipment available. Maybe going for a shipment of Sipahi wouldn't be half bad. Cook some food to get out some Sipahi. More elephants there. Gurkhas as well. Handful of the light cavalry pushing around. And now it's going for the Viziers. Light cavalry moving around. There's actually not many villagers over this area. They, of course, like any light cavalry, do half damage versus villagers. And now we do have the Grenadier research, more Grenadiers, and now grenade launchers. This will greatly help him out. Looks like he did. The light cavalry does push over here. He can bring back. I thought he had some units over here. Nope, he's bringing the Ramis. If I remember correctly, they're neither light nor heavy. Yep, they're just classified as infantry. Not light, not heavy infantry. Just infantry. They offer also a really fast attack speed. Their attack speed is 1 with a little bit of AoE. And plus they do, oh, they're in melee mode as well. Do also bonus damage. They're like melee skirmishers. Pretty much melee skirmishers. Let's leave it at that. Magenta is now eyeing the push on forward. He has a good number of elephants and they want to smash. We now have some native infantry being put on the field. The Klamath Riflemen. The Klamath Riflemen are a skirmisher. They pick up treasures and gather from all resources slowly, except from mines and huntables. Huh. Not huntables? Interesting. These villagers not getting hit. Yep. Magenta and Red now pushing away forward. They got a very sizable force of stuff. The other Indian player does have good force. The Spanish doesn't really have a whole lot on the field. It has a population 45. He has an army somewhere. But where? I'm not sure. Oh, there they are. Nothing too significant, honestly. Camels pushing forward, trying to pick off the cavalry. Got a bit of the sound bug going around. Lancers trying to move around to hit some of the infantry at range. Grenadiers firing away. Got some of the Raputs charging way forward. Gurkhas getting nailed by the grenades. Lancers push still up here. Zilwood away. Looks like Yellow's force does get overrun by the heavy camels. Not camels, elephants with some Gurkhas and sepoys in reserve. Grenade launchers running on in. They do half damage versus villagers. That structure does get destroyed. I think it was actually by AoE damage as well. And Magenta still has a sizable army, and Red does have a decent army as well. The Magenta has maxed out population, and looks like the other Indian player does back of the game. The Ottomans right now have 81, population exposed 199, and both players back of the game now. There's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. So, this shall be my last replay tonight. Getting a little bit tired, and plus I'm sort of running out of replays. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.